Thank you. Thanks. Okay. Be quiet. Shut up. Mobile games. Am I right? Okay, in all seriousness, I know the year isn't over yet, but I really want to talk about some good mobile games while they're fresh in my mind. Also, for the record, I made the 2023 one in February, so I honestly don't care anymore. Anyway, this year we've got a whole bunch of new categories, as well as some cheeky reappearances. They are as follows. Don't worry, I'll rattle them off quick. The best game to play for 5 minutes a day, the best game to play when you're bored, the best game I hate, the most polished game, the highest quality game, the game with the best atmosphere, of course, the best game to play without Wi-Fi, and the best game overall. I hope you enjoy this year's awards, and I also hope it helps to reassure you that despite what the shitty ads would have you believe, good mobile games do still exist. And without further ado, the winner of the best game to play for 5 minutes a day is Necro Merger! Woo! Yeah. This game takes the classic idea of a merge game, like Cow Evolution and Merge Dragons, both of which I used to play the shit out of, and expertly combines it with inventory management mechanics akin to Dredge, which I haven't played yet but it looks sick, or Resident Evil 4. This simple addition changes the gameplay from mindless merging of anything you can to strategic micromanagement and prioritization, big words, of space and resources. This is all complemented by beautiful pixel art graphics, and overall the game is just so fine-tuned and polished, and you can really see the devs actually care. Shout out Grumpy Rhino, absolute goats. Now, being a semi-idle game, you will have to wait for your resources to regenerate before generating more minions to merge, but even this is expanded on masterfully. Instead of having energy that regenerates at an arbitrary rate like many ass mobile games, how quickly your resources regenerate, as well as how much you can store of each, is directly tied to your minions and storage units in your base, giving the inventory management an even higher priority. Now, as well as just making cool minions, your other objective, and a cool way of making removing minions you don't want into a fun gameplay mechanic, is feeding your little baby Cthulhu to expand your base and unlock more cool shit. This is taken a step further with cravings, which give them more XP or food points if you feed them specific minions. This yet again gives you more control and decisions to make with how you go about playing the game. Oh, did I mention there are a bunch of events with their own unique mechanics, unlocks and cool ass minions? What about all the beautifully designed skins, letting you customize literally anything you want? Oh, what about the combat system I forgot to mention earlier? That's pretty cool too, right? Oh, and there's missions that aren't bullshit like 99 bricks. Shout out to my other video, I just love shameless promotions. And to top it all off, the minions aren't just cool to look at. Each serves a different purpose, and they have their own pros and cons. For instance, the werewolves don't make shit, but they're great at killing stuff. And the zombies give a bunch more food points to the little Cthulhu than the skeletons. There's even more stuff I don't even have time to get into. But if the length of this section hasn't made you realise it already, I think this game is awesome, and it's also completely free, with no forced ads, so I'd say if I had to recommend one game, it would definitely be this one. Ooh-wee, wasn't that just a good old time? Okay, on to the next category, which is the best game to play when you're bored. Okay, and the winner is... Suspense is killing me. It's Rodeo Stampede! Yeah! Woo! Yeah, baby! Yeah! Woo! Yeah. Now, I'll be honest. This game has fallen off a little recently due to the amount of ads, pay-to-win features, promotions, and overall scummy money-grabbing tactics. But beneath all that are the same rock-solid core gameplay and mechanics that made me fall in love with it in the first place. Also, if you want the real Rodeo Stampede experience, you You can always pay like £5 to remove ads and annoying arbitrary wait times simultaneously, which is what I did. Anyway, with that out of the way, I can actually talk about the game. In Rodeo Stampede, you play the role of a cowboy, riding a plethora of zany animals in a stampede, with your main goal being to go as far as possible without either crashing or missing an animal with your lasso. What makes the game especially fun, however, are the hundreds of hilarious and unique rare animals you can catch by staying on them for longer than normal. I should also mention here that each animal has their own behaviour, both when passive and when enraged if you stay on them for too long, which also does a great job at spicing up the gameplay. There are also your standard missions to aim for, although these are random rather than set to get harder over time. Also, there are a bunch of different areas with their own set of animals to master and their own terrain and stage hazards to dodge. Overall, if you can get past the surface scum, there's a really solid game waiting for you beneath that's great fun to pick up when you're waiting for something and play in portrait mode with one hand so you can pretend you're not a loser who plays mobile games for fun. Or maybe that's just me. Well, that was depressing. Anyway, on to the next category, which is the best game I hate. And the winner goes to... It's Back to Bed. Woo. Yet, no one? No one. Okay. If you haven't already seen my Jump King videos, thank God, because they suck. But they make it clear that I'm a sucker for a good rage game. Back to Bed is exactly that. It's pretty much a mix of Jump King and Flappy Bird. It's got a cute pixel art style, vertical movement with the goal being to get as high as possible and reach the top, and absolutely no checkpoints whatsoever. Let me quickly say that as I'm writing this script, the game only has one level, but A, the game has more planned, and B, with how brutal and unforgiving the game is, the first level can take you hours to beat. What makes this game even harder than Jump King is that until you reach a nice cozy rest point, you can't stop playing. Compared to Jump King's slow and methodical gameplay, it's really stressful, but it can also lead to some cool in-the-moment decisions. Do I take it slow and wait for an opening, or spam click and hope for the best? Overall, even though it's still a bit bare bones, I think it's an awesome game already, and has the potential to be something really special. Alright, edit Max here, edit. Yeah, anyway. There's now a second level, and oh my god it's hard. I'm going to have a fun time trying to beat it for hours on end. However, they have now added forced ads, which I'm not too jazzed about, but whatever. Everything I said about the game still stands. Alright, edit. Second edit. Double edit. Turns out the second level wasn't too bad. I beat that shit in about half an hour. And I'm still looking forward to more content in the future. Oh, also, you can pay like 99p to remove the ads. Do it. There's like 2 developers for the game, come on. Give them a little bit of support. And the winner of the most polished game, why am I talking so slow, is... Almost forgot what it was. Grim Defender! Yay! Yeah! Woo! Good game. Woo! Gamers. I bring sad news. They fucking took my account, man. They took my Grim Defender account. This picture that I'm gonna show on screen now, thank you editing mates. That's the only remnants I have of my account. It's gone. So, I'm gonna completely rob some footage of some late game accounts from the internet because the early game is boring as fuck. Sorry about that. I swear I played this game. I played it for hours. It's all gone now. Never playing this game again. I hate them. Joking, that was too far. I don't hate them. I love you, Grim Defender. You can keep your award. But I'm still pissed off though. For a game made mostly by 2 random guys, Grim Defender has no right to be this fine-tuned and polished. The premise of the game is simple. Defend your castle from an onslaught of bad guys in a practically infinite roster of levels, or an actually infinite endless mode. But this isn't the fun part. The fun part is carefully micromanaging your 3 currencies to purchase all sorts of cool upgrades to turn your measly little crossbow into a defensive powerhouse. There are so many cool builds you can create with a mix of spells, traps, and the crossbows themselves, and you have almost complete freedom in what order you go about doing this. Do you spec into spells and traps, use damage increasing modules and focus on your main crossbow, or use status effects like burning or freezing instead? It's all up to you, and there are just so many really useful quality of life features to streamline the gameplay. My only issue would be the gameplay gets a little repetitive after a while, due to a slightly limited enemy variety. But there's still loads of content and new stuff is introduced at a good pace, especially at the start. Also, the game's completely free with literally no ads, so that's a bonus. Wow, that was really moving. Yeah. Okay, on to the next category, which is the highest quality game, and it goes to... Dramatic silence, dramatic, very dramatic silence. It goes to Slashy Quest, woo! That's all you get. He gets 1 word, that's it. Shut up, clapping people, shut the fuck up. Only gets 1. Long story short, it's £5 for a game that's pretty much console quality. Also, in my opinion, they've actually managed to make the shitty corporate art style work. Anyway, I should probably talk about the actual gameplay. Okay, this is a chill puzzle and combat centered game revolving around your magic sword that you swing around and chop stuff in half with. The more you chop, the longer it gets. There's a constant flow of unique content across the campaign, as well as a plethora of interesting challenges that test your skills and understanding of the game's mechanics. There's also a bunch of cosmetics, upgrades, boss fights, and more. Overall, it just blew me away with its quality, and it makes me so sad that it's sitting at a measly 2.3 stars on the App Store. So please, give it some love. There's a free demo, and there's no ads. Alright, I'm gonna speedrun these next couple in between bits. Okay, speedrun, quick. The winner of the game with the best atmosphere is... It's Please Touch the Paintings 2. I think I said that right. I said that right. Woo! Yeah. Woo. Yeah. 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 Now, I'm planning on making a full video on this game because of how completely unique its aesthetic is. But I'll do a short little review, you know? The actual gameplay isn't anything to write home about. It's basically Where's Wally the game. But the art absolutely carries. All the backgrounds, props, and characters are taken straight from the real-world paintings of the absolute GOAT James Ensor. I probably butchered that. Since this is the only game I know of to animate and be entirely based on real-life paintings, its aesthetic is completely unique and unlike anything else I've seen or played. It's an awesome game, and potentially keep a lookout for a full video on it in the near or far future. And the first winner of the best games to play without Wi-Fi is... I'm gonna figure out which one of these two I want to do first. It's Nightmare Tower! Woo! Yeah! Woo woo! Woo woo! This game is another one of those Burrito Bison, Super Toaster Turtle, Dig to China, Flash game style games, where you have to get to an endpoint and acquire upgrades each run to help you get further and further. What I think separates this from other games of a similar ilk, apart from Burrito Bison, which absolutely slaps, is its beautiful art and, more importantly, its really fun and engaging core gameplay loop. Instead of launching and just kind of seeing what happens like in the other games of this category, you have to constantly dash down and bounce off monsters to gain speed, dodge projectiles and spike monsters, and collect money and power-ups. It can be really stressful at times, but it's also really fun and engaging. As well as the numerous upgrades, there are also missions and achievements to switch up the gameplay and keep you playing. And I don't remember how much the game costs, but it's probably something minuscule like 99p. And you get a really solid 2 to 5 hours of gameplay, depending on whether you stop at the final boss, which is awesome by the way, or complete everything like I did. Overall, it's extremely fun, and I'll probably beat it a third time in the future. And the second winner of the best games to play without Wi-Fi is... That was too short. It's Scrap Divers. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. I've only recently found out about this game, but I have instantly become cripplingly addicted to its deeply satisfying gameplay loop and unique mechanics. The premise is simple. Fall as far as possible while playing as a variety of robots, which all have unique gimmicks to aid in avoiding a plethora of dangerous traps. Jesus, I use plethora way too much. a bunch of dangerous traps. I think this premise is already more than enough to keep you entertained, but there are 2 more features I think elevate the game even further. The first, and more flashy of the 2, is the limb destruction system. You'll only lose a run if your center hits an obstacle. If one of your limbs gets hit instead, it will snap off at a number of possible joints. Losing your limbs will make your robot harder and harder to control, meaning there's an extra layer of strategy involved. Do I play risky and avoid losing limbs but put my center in danger, or focus on keeping the center safe and potentially lose limbs and therefore control? What further builds on this are the different robots' abilities. One of them regenerates its limbs, one of them constantly loses them but gets them back with coins, and one doubles your coins when it's lost them. Some are tough, some are small, some fall slower, and every single one is unique in both how its limbs break and how it plays. The second really nice feature is how the game gradually and organically gets harder the further you fall, with each new area having new mechanics and traps to learn to avoid. What's even better are the checkpoints you can buy, meaning you don't have to grind through all the boring easy levels each run. Overall, amazing game, but warning, the levels get very bullshit towards the end. Do not play the last one, please, for your sanity. I've already sacrificed mine to beat it. It's not fucking worth it, man. It's so hard, please. And the moment you've all been waiting for, the best game overall. It's gonna be a long wind up for this. It is. It's Battle Cats. It's Battle Cats again. That was no consideration, no deliberation, no nothing. It's the best game. It's the GOAT. You've gotta play Battle Cats. 300 hours I have in this game. Of course it's Game of the Year every year. Fucking cats, you fight shit. I should have written a script for this bit. You fucking kill stuff. There's boober in it. What else would you want in a game? Really? Come on. It's the best video game. Come on. Right. I hope you enjoyed the video. One quick thing. Sorry if I re-upload it, but I spent way too long editing this, and if like 3 people watch it, I might try and make the thumbnail more clickbaity or something. Yay. I should have written a script for the fucking conclusion, man. Watch the first part. It's not as good, but you know, it's fun. Okay. Bye.